Okay, I'm back on the attack. I got the secure code. Continue. This is my homeboy Christopher. He has schizophrenia. He's really wild, but he can fight. I asked him to punch me in the arm. And I was like, oh my god. But he did 4 years, 5 years in the penitentiary because he beat up his. The first story I heard was he beat up his stepfather because his stepfather fucked his girlfriend. And Michael Borky McCage, my old manager, was like, you can't beat up old people. But the man was like 55, but his mother called the police. And he talks to himself day and night. And Matthew Vasquez, my old best friend, who went to El Paso now, I hope, said that he does it on purpose or whatever. No, but I think that if you're locked up in the pen, that's what you do. And I used to think like RDJ Jr. that if I was in the pen, I would read and work out and stuff like that. But I didn't know what it's like in the penitentiary. But Alan Wilson Watts, 1915 to 1973, he died of alcoholism and womanizing. That's a good way to go, right? But he was an Anglican priest, and then he talked to the. I've seen all his talks. I think all his talks, but sometimes. And Natalie likes his Natalie's a simple girl. Like, do you like Audrey Hepburn's movie My Fair Lady, was it called? I don't know. She likes to watch TV. At her grandpa Blue House up at Park Road 59. Grandpam's died like 2 years ago when she lived with the crackheads, and she loves movies, and her mom wants her to be an actress. And I'm going to send her this song right now. Natalie Merchant, the first song off of Tiger Lily, And I can sing it and play it. And when I was in Ocean's Behavioral in Pasadena, hold on. I'm talking with Mary Dixon. She says she's half Scottish and half English. And one of the people at Positive Recovery, I thought it was in Montrose. We all thought it was in Montrose. It's not. I can't remember. It's Aldine in Westfield or something, near Natalie's Blue House. And Natalie, you've got to go to rehab. And if you ask me for money, she texted me. My dad asked me how she asked me. I'm like, Dad, she doesn't talk to me on the phone. It's been 13 days since I've seen her. I don't know what today is. They always ask me what day it is. And it's funny, and my dad does this to me. And when I lived at the Sherman House, they said I was crazy, and they ask you who's the president right now. I'm not crazy. I know the battery of questions they ask, and I know how to answer them. Are you hallucinating right now? And then I told that to the nurse. Asked the nurse, who was really cute and had a buzz cut, like bangs like that. And I love this. Lisa Greenfield Austrian went to high school with me, and college. I know she's in college. She can play the Pathetique Sonata on the piano. Last time I talked to her, she said that she's kind of rustier, but she's had 6 children. And the smartest woman I know, Efrat Mendelssohn, a while back, this is a long time ago, but blocked me on Facebook because I reminded her of the date we had. She's married, and at the 20-year reunion, she says, what are you going to be doing in 10 years, And so I thought, wow, she wants to get it on, and we've never had sex. We've not really touched her. But she would loan me books, and I would lose them, and then I would bring back, like Jerry Kaczynski, I brought back The Painted Bird, like a copy that I had bought at the store, but it wasn't her copy, so she was mad, And people get mad because they have property and I don't return it, I owe the current house manager 7 packs of Marlboro Reds, and they're $11 a pack where he buys them, so I'm going to buy him a carton. And the neighbor that's been terrorizing me since January, Rufus, I told him I'd get him a carton of Newport Longs, but I don't know what people like, Like Mel Gibson had a movie called What Women Want, and also he is an activist against the Jews, as I am, and so he's a hero of mine. They're not all bad, but my drummer, Avril Band DeVille, married a Jewess, Shiloh Steinberg, what a pleasant surprise, and, hold on a second, 110650. 100650, damn it. Shit, hold on a second. Oh, sorry. I'm talking to Mary Dixon on Facebook Messenger. She's really cool. She's from her profile says she's from Spokane, Washington. She sent me a picture. She has a sweet ass. But people get I creep women out. You know, like the song Radiohead creep. But Suha Sadati told me that I wouldn't mince words when I say that you're creepy or whatever. Because Karen Baumgartner Devlin, who's married now, has 6 children. When she came over to my apartment in 2002 when I went crazy, I quit my Abilify trial that Rosenstock put me on. Liz Wilson showed up with ice, and I snorted a line, and I must have been up for 3 days. I slept for 33 hours. I remember that. I must have been up for days. But she's really sweet. So she's saying, so are you gonna yell and scream at me also, dear? I'm on the couch talking to you at the moment, my dear. No, dear, I'm not gonna do that. But I'm busy doing a FAFSA application, federal application for federal student loans. But I owe about I think I mean they used to call me. I didn't answer. I mean I didn't talk to them. And I've never done collections. I've had a lot of service jobs, a lot of simple jobs, 50 service jobs, fired 30 times. That's why I get Social Security disability, but I only get 645, But my daughter is going to be 75 on June 23rd, which is Monday. Next Monday, I guess, yeah. It's also fed up with me, and I didn't know until the last year of my life that your whole support system could leave you to die in the ditch. Literally, God bless, I was watching, an interview with not Emilio Estevez, but the other brother, Charlie Sheen. His father's in the Knights of the Order of the Knights of Columbus, and when I met, the only people I know are activists. The only famous people I've met are activists. Although Suzanne Hoffs likes me, and she wants to. I sent her a picture of like my guitar that I sold for crack. I bought it for $50 from Guitar Center. And it was an acoustic or whatever, and I teach acoustic guitar and electric guitar, and but no one wants, you can have a good or service, but advertising is the hard part. And in Austin, I met this gay guy on, this bi guy or whatever. His dad used to whip him with a switch and stuff like that. And I asked my last girlfriend, Elizabeth Warman, about it. And she's like, this is years ago, but she won't talk to me anymore. I broke up with Liz twice. And she's Elizabeth II. Elizabeth I is the one that did ice with. And her boyfriend had got busted with, he was a dealer with 350 tabs of ecstasy. So he went off to prison for 2 years. So she was available, and we had sex. It's funny, I remember kissing her breasts downstairs. My apartment was so dirty. And she's like, should we go upstairs? I'm like, yeah. And she wanted anal sex. And I told Leon about that, and he's like, wow, you got a gem, Well, I love Leon, but he's too stressed out because he's got a job and kids. But like Leon, this is messages for you. I was at the ER last Sunday because Jennifer's black girlfriend, she doesn't identify as black, but she has sickle cell anemia. And she came home from the hospital. Jennifer is asking me if I have antibiotics. Like, Natalie's asking me if my mother's addicted to streptomycin. Would I be? Like, I don't know, baby. Go to the gynecologist. And like, what is it? A pediatrician or a pedophile? It's fucked up. Fred Hoyle, my mom took me out into the academic on the C team, and when I was like 17, I guess, and I didn't do that well because I'm not as smart as David Abrams or Suha Sadati or Rosenstock's son, Mark, but the guy that recommended Lighthouse LLC to my dad, Reichman, when I was at Bel Air Behavioral, and my mom back then she was cool, she'd bring me books, clothes, and I was stealing pens from the nurse's counter because they wouldn't give me pens, It's like, fuck it. I tell people, I'm going to rob a bank, or like William Burroughs, just do it and take it, it's yours. You earned it. Like Webster Griffin Tarpley says about the welfare stuff or whatever. Look at his website, tarpley.net, Dad, if you want the latest news, or read Tragedy and Hope. I mean, you don't know the truth because you're afraid of the truth. Like, a few good men, goodbye. Hello and goodbye.